Hey, what's going on, guys? Jeff back with another Heffahead beer review. Tonight I'm dipping into some of my Christmas beers. So today we've got the Anchor Christmas Ale. This is the 2011, and they brewed it since 1975. So I guess this is the 36th, 37th installment of this one. And I think they change the recipe every year because on Beer Advocate they have a different page for, well, not for each one, but the last couple ones. So here it says this is the 37th our special ale from the brewery at Anchor. It is sold only from early November to mid-January. The ale's recipe is different every year, but the intent with which we offer it remains the same. Joy and celebration of the newness of life. Since ancient times, trees have symbolized the winter solstice when the earth with its seasons appears born anew. So, yep, there it is. Answered all my questions right off the bat. I guess I should have read it before I started the review. But it's a 5.5% alcohol. It's a winter warmer. And I've heard interesting things about it. I can't say that everything I've heard has been good, but I figured this is one of those beers that you have to try at least once. So they have them in these 12-ounce bottles, little stumpy, weird bottles, but all the Anchor beers are like this one. Or they're available in like the big Magnum bottles. But those are like 18 bucks, so I figured I'll just get one of these. I think this one ran me about wow, this opener might be broken. There it goes. Might have run me about 220, 225 maybe. So not too bad, not good either though. There's their cap. It's got a little anchor on it. It's pretty cool. They've got different colored ones for their different beers. So I've got red ones and I've got I think a blue one too. I think that's the one that comes on the steam beer, but overflowed a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this into the glass. I'm just using a snifter. So that was a pretty aggressive pour, but gave us at least a good 2 fingers of head. This has got, and you guys can see that right there, it's got an insane amount of carbonation. Like little tight champagne bubbles all the way around the outside. It looks like when you pour a soda into a glass, almost. That's crazy. That's an insane amount of carbonation. I don't think I've ever seen that on any type of beer. Yeah, and so the bubbles are dissipating a little bit, but yeah, like I said, 2 fingers of like a khaki colored head. Yeah, it looks good. It's a nice. It's almost black, but if you hold it up to the light, you can get a little bit of light around the edges. So we'll say dark brown. So a little bit darker than some of the winter warmers that I've seen, but I haven't had too many. And it seems like the color changes a lot between those. There's not like a constant color. So let's go ahead and give it a smell. That's interesting smell. It's not like anything I've smelled before. Okay, sorry, I'm back. But so the smell, it's really unique. You're getting some sweet malt in there, some nice roasted malt, but you're getting some interesting spices that you don't normally get. Like with the fall ones, you're getting some of that nutmeg and like ginger, cinnamon, allspice, things like that. But maybe some ginger in there too. But I'm kind of smelling some maybe like pine needles, or like I don't know, maybe like a Christmas tree kind of a thing. It's really interesting. It's definitely very earthy. Yeah, I don't know what that smells, but that's really interesting. Yeah, it's got a nice spicy smell. It's kind of cold. Maybe that has something to do with why I'm not getting more from it. But it's got an interesting smell. I can't really put my finger on what that is. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. It's weird. It definitely has a thin body on the light side of medium, I'd say. Not really getting any hops or anything like that. I'm really not getting much flavor at all. yeah, I'm getting some spices towards the end, but it's really pretty thin towards the middle. I'm getting some of those spices towards the end, like I guess like ginger. And I can't put my finger on what other spices that they use, but I'm gonna let it warm up, see if some of these flavors come out a little bit more, and then we'll come back in a little bit. Okay, so hey, what's going on, guys? Back. It's been about 10 minutes or so. I've been sipping on it. It's changed a little bit, but not too much. The smell, I want to say that maybe the malty sweetness has come forward a little bit more. Still not getting any hops, and it's not like a robust smell. It's kind of bland, but you are getting a little bit of spices in there. Like I said before, maybe some pine, and I guess I don't know if it's ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, something like that. Some spice that that they tend to use for these kind of beers. Yeah, so let's go ahead and give it my taste. All right, it's thickened up a little bit. It yeah, so I would say medium body maybe. I would say the pine has come forward a little bit more, and it does have a nice sweet finish, but it is kind of dry towards the end. Yeah, not really much I can say about this. So I think that most winter warmers, they're kind of hit or miss. There's tons of them on the market. I think they're kind of like pumpkin beers that everyone wants a pumpkin beer when it's fall, and then they end up buying all these, and then half of them end up tasting like crap. Same thing with winter warmers. I'd say I probably bought 5 or 6 this year, and I haven't really had any that I'm too crazy about, and this one honestly isn't any exception. I'm going to give it a C-. If you can find it for cheap, maybe pick it up, but it really isn't too great. One thing I'd say that's unique is it does have an interesting pine flavor that you don't really get with many other beers, but other than that, there's nothing really too great about it. I think that they missed the ball on this one, and it's kind of upsetting from such a great brewery that's a staple of American beer culture. So maybe it's just an off year. Try again next year, I guess, but 2011 Anchor our Special Ale, Christmas Ale, gets a 70 for me. Not too excited about it. What can you do? Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully we'll be reviewing a better beer then.